Well, hi everybody. Welcome to week 4. What I'm going to do right now is recap just a little bit on week 3. In week 3, you learned a little. Well, hi everybody. Welcome to week 4. I just want to recap a little bit about what you did in week 3 and how it translates into what you're learning for week 4. So in week 3, we learned how to create a basic essay structure. We applied research methods for doing research and for doing MLA citations, and so that's an important skill for you to have picked up, and we're going to be practicing those over the next several weeks. The third thing is that we wanted you to be able to identify what the requirements were in a given assignment. That's to help you discern what you need to pick out in an assignment so that you can do it well and not forget anything. And number 4 was the benefits of thinking vocationally. That tied in your Smith reading, looking at how your vocation applies to you, your life, and do your vocation and your occupation both intersect. And then finally we asked you to create an e-portfolio, and I'll get a chance to look at those later today. Okay, so let's look at week 4. What are we doing? We want to recognize how Scripture applies to our lives and responsibilities, demonstrate writing skills in a well-organized outline that spins off of what you did last week, apply research methods, and then we're going to modify that e-portfolio that you created last week. So let's look at your readings. Okay, here we go. In your Turabian book, you have supporting your claim with reason and evidence, acknowledging and responding to readers' points of views, using warrants if the readers question the relevance of your reasons, and then arguments assembled, how you put them all together so that it makes sense. Part of Chapter 7 looks at unhelpful plans to avoid, and then converting a storyboard into an outline. So there's another tool that you can use to help you organize your thoughts and put it together and put it into an outline. In your Smith reading this week, we're looking at courage and character and the capacity for continuous leading. So we want you to be able to put those two pieces together. How does courage and character relate to capacity for continuous learning? And you'll have the opportunity to put those together as part of the assignment for this week. And then finding direction. How do you choose a direction to go in? You're also asked to look at a video. I went ahead and put it into the course content this week rather than just have you do a link. Now you can actually go out to the web and use your browser if you so choose. There is the link for this video itself, but you can play it right there as well. But it all has to do with character and personality, and how Stephen Covey was able to look at those things and put them together. Okay, that covers the reading and the content for this week, at least to give you the background to start. Okay, so now what we're looking at is building assignment 4-1, which is building resiliency essay part 1. And this is just the foundation. How are we going to start writing an essay? And what we're going to ask you to do is to create an outline. Okay? And the outline is all part of the building resiliency. And what we want you to do is your outline will be the beginning of a paper that you're going to actually create next week in week 5. So this week we're creating the outline. Next week you're actually writing the paper from the outline. But keep this in mind. We want your ideas on how courage and learning intersect. So that is the crucial piece that you're going to key off of, so that and the thesis that we want you to use for your paper, the topic we want to use for your paper. So your outline has to revolve around offering your ideas on how courage and learning intersect. And so, what you're going to need to do is you're going to have a 2 to 3 page essay due next week. So that means you're going to have at least at least 3 points that you want to bring across about how learning and courage can intersect. You can pull in your readings for this week. You may pull in your readings from next week. It does. You don't have to really do that looking ahead, but you're going to do some research on how these things can intersect, and so we want you to put that together in a paper. But again, you're writing your outline this week so that you can write your paper next week. Okay, let's see what else is important for you to know about this. Okay, so what are you going to turn in this week? You're doing some research, and you're developing a thesis statement, and you're going to create an outline. Okay, so those are the things that you need to worry about. You're going to identify, locate, and cite 2 to 3 academic sources to support your position. Okay, develop and write your thesis statement, which contains the main claim that your paper will seek to prove. That's what you're going to be doing. Don't forget to create a works cited page. So not only will you have the outline, but at the very end, on a brand new page, you'll have your MLA works cited page. So you learned about referencing, how to create references last week. This week you're going to be implementing them. Does that mean you can reuse this works cited page? Yes. After I get done looking at it, you can reuse the works cited page. Just make sure that you correct any errors that you might be brought to your attention. Now here's something I want you to also pay attention to, and that is view this video, which is called Writing an Effective Thesis Statement. It's a really short video. It's less than 2 minutes long, but it gives you the very essences that you need in order to create a good thesis statement. I like to have my papers have a good thesis statement. Please be sure to watch this so you know how to create your thesis statement. And your thesis statement is based on the research and the points that you want to make throughout your paper. This tells you how to do that. So make sure that you watch that. Okay, so when you're done, you will have a thesis statement, an outline, and a works cited page. Those are the 3 elements that must be part of your submitted document. As always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. The next thing that we're asking you to do this week is to update your ePortfolio. There are 2 assignments that we want you to upload. One is called Assignment 1-4. I just noticed that this is incorrect. It says 1-5. It should say 1-4, but the title of the assignment is called Occupation and Vocation Reflection Essay. You turn that in week 1. Yes, in week 1. And then, so I recommend that you make any changes. That if I gave you feedback about your paper and how you need to make changes, go ahead and update that paper. And also for assignment 2-2, plagiarism and academic integrity, we want you to upload that paper into your ePortfolio. Now, why do you want to go ahead and make the changes? The changes are there so that you can point somebody to your work. They can see what you think, how you feel about these things. So you want to put your best foot forward. There are other things that you can add to this. Your resume, your images of your family, friends, any trips, your church family, anything along that line would be great. It helps to personalize your page to you. And then audio. Some of you might be worship leaders, and if you have some audios that you'd like to put up there, don't hesitate to do so. I think that's a great thing for you to do. Okay, the discussion board. We ask you to read a piece of scripture and a statement that's part of from the Smiths reading that you did this week. And we ask you, how do you personally seek to learn from Scripture and God's wisdom and apply it to the areas that Smith mentions. Okay, so that is your discussion question for the week. Be sure to tell us how you apply it to the areas that Smith mentions, how they apply in your life. Okay, I think that's it. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to get a hold of me. Thanks and have a great day.